Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host LovelyCheesePizza here. Welcome back. Oh god, jeez. Okay, all right. That, my friends, is example A of why it sucks having your microphone on a fucking TV tray. I moved my chair just a little bit sideways so I could center myself up with the TV, and as soon as my knee clipped the side of this thing, and the table started to, fold in, and I had to grab onto the mic, otherwise that thing would have just gone tumbling to the floor, and I ain't trying to buy another one. So, whew, crisis averted. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 3, the ultimate nearly avoiding certain doom simulator. And last time, what we were able to do is we went and righted our wrong by jumping into our S2000 LM race car and got to test it out for the very first time. Got the win. Wasn't nearly as dominating as I thought it would be, but we did get the win anyways, and that's what matters. And then we went and knocked out, what was it, 5 and 6 in the super license test, which now that leaves us with two of the most infuriating piles of hot anal drippings. So we're gonna leave those alone for a while because I have no desire to do them at all. And then while I think it was yesterday actually, somebody in the comment section told me that instead of using the Impreza rally car, or really any of those, a good car to use would actually be the old ruffian that we got here. So I'm actually really excited to use this thing. I was wondering what the hell we were going to be able to use it for, and now we can use it in the Boxer Spirit Challenge. So I say let's go beef it up a little bit, because I know that there's a Boxer Spirit Challenge in the amateur league, and there's also one in the professional leagues. We might as well get this guy all geared up for the fun now, since we do have plenty of money. So let's trim some fat here. Let's put it on a diet. Make it go off to the gym and work off all them cheese boigas and corned beef hash and bacon and donuts. I've been playing that Monopoly game at Safeway and Albertsons over the last few months, and the amount of instant win coupons for free donuts out of the bakery is slowly becoming a problem. But very slowly, though, so at least it's not like a horrendous problem yet. I don't know why I said horrendous that way, but it's apparently horrendous for whores. Although that would imply that I just called myself a whore, and I am not. Thank you very much. But it was just a very weird way of saying that. Horrendous. But yeah, which I think I might actually have another one. I'm gonna have to go get another donut today. It's not gonna help me out at all, because I am trying to lose a little bit of weight so that when my wedding comes by, I'm not going to have to, pull the move where I'm trying to, fasten my pants and I gotta either jump up and down, or I gotta dive backwards on the bed while I'm sucking it in, yelling bloody murder in my room. You're like, I can't put them on! God damn it! This is the worst thing! So I think I might need to take it easy on that. Let's also get some sports breaks for ourselves. That would be a good idea. And now I think that we've got everything that we need here that's going to get us by for a little while, so let's jump into the league. Go check it out. I say we go select the Boxer Spirit and let's rough them up a little. That was cheap. I don't actually, you know what? Fuck that. That's not cheap. It's and I don't even know if that's even how you pronounce that manufacturer. Something tells me that it's probably not pronounced rough. It's probably RUF. Or it's an acronym for something fucking Real Underwear Fighters or something. This is the official car of Real Underwear Fighters everywhere. Which Real Underwear Fighters sounds like a failed fighting game title that would have been on the Sega Saturn or something. Or maybe even the TurboGrafx 16. That sounds like a fighting game that they would have tried to have made for a gaming console that only has 2 action buttons. So that sounds perfectly doable. Okay, so we're definitely going up against a whole bunch of Subarus. So that's interesting. I'll definitely take that. So I never actually really even thought about it, because I didn't read any of the information. But what exactly constitutes the Boxer Spirit tournament? What are the parameters here? Because I mean, all the cars that are currently in there you know, they're all Subarus, and so I don't know if is it like an engine displacement kind of thing. It's obviously not a four-wheel drive related thing, so I'm pretty sure that this car is not like that at all. But I don't know exactly what constitutes what this is. I guess after this race is over, we can check it out, because I've never known what like what makes this challenge. Oh God! Okay, calm down. Jeez. Enough of that. Oh, I'll tell you right now. Like I'm talking normal, but it's actually painful to talk. And it's not because I have like a sore throat where I'm getting sick or whatever. It actually hurts to talk because my tongue fucking hurts. Like really bad. And you're probably sitting there thinking to yourself, what the fuck did this guy do to make his tongue hurt? Well, I can tell you confidently that there are two things that I did to make my tongue hurt, and one of which I'm kind of embarrassed by it. The other one, hey, you know, it's just what you fucking do on this planet. And we all do it, and then we're all gonna continue doing it, and then we're all gonna die someday, and we'll all have done it at least once. So, and no, it is not licking steel wool until it slices your tongue in half. That is not what it is. So any of you that were thinking, oh, I'll bet he's getting that steel wool up in his face. It's definitely not that. But one thing was this morning. This morning I went to go brush my teeth, and I used those weird ass tongue scraper things. It's literally just a slab of metal that you just drag across your tongue, hoping to God you don't, have to go get a tetanus shot from cutting yourself open. Even though I don't think anybody should be using a rusty one of those. I think you should be sanitizing them properly, like everybody else. But something tells me there's probably people that are like, yeah, let me put it in the same plastic cup of the same water that I've had in there since November of '82. But so I was doing that, and I accidentally like nicked one of my taste buds or something. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I just like hacksaw ridged myself a little bit there, and so definitely bled a little, and so now it's sore in like one area. But that's definitely not the primary. That is not the Phil Collins genesis of why we are sitting at this impasse right now. What really did it, and this is this is the good one. The reason why I believe it really happened was because I may or may not have gone through an entire box of Triscuits, the sea salt and dill ones, by the way, because those are fucking amazing. But I definitely knocked out almost an entire container of my fiance's jalapeno popper dip, along with those fucking Triscuits, and oh, it was so good. I needed so much restraint because I went through the entire box of Triscuits for that, and I was already full just from doing that, and I was like, but I want more. I want more of this dip. There's still some left. I must have more. I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go into the kitchen and go grab a sleeve of Ritz crackers, and I'm just going to get down with that too. But I had to exude the restraint because I could already feel my tongue starting to hurt from just all of that sodium in there that I couldn't even take it anymore. But oh, it was so worth it. I would, if I could turn back time, I would eat more dip and make my tongue hurt. Which I certainly did, but I mean, I did turn back time, actually. I have the technology. And the government's trying to find me because they want to take that away. Race information. Cars permitted. So it's either the ruffians here, or it's Imprezas. Okay. So it's literally a Subaru Cup and these guys. That's literally all it is. Why? Like experience the feel of the horizontally opposed engine. Oh, interesting. Huh. Alright. For some reason, like, the first thing that popped in my head when I saw horizontally opposed engine was I was thinking of, like, those weird rotary engines that, like, the Mazda RX series has, like the RX-8s. But, obviously, it is not that. I'm very wrong in thinking it. So, okay, that's interesting. A horizontally opposed engine. Cool. I'll take it. But, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Here's another thing. here's another thing. This is kind of an interesting thing for me. So, in my spare time when I've not been, playing this or Stories Untold or, Grand Theft Auto 5, all my main projects, at the moment at least, I've been, in my spare time, I've decided, because, for other channels that I follow, I've been, one of the main ones I follow is Pro Jared, and he's been on a kick lately of playing Final Fantasy games. And for me, when I was growing up, it was kind of at a time before I started getting into, RPG games. And even realistically, at this point, like, I do enjoy them, but, like, I'm not good at them. Like, I've only played very, very few RPG games in my life. Like, obviously, Pokemon was really kind of the one that I felt comfortable playing, in any capacity. And then, I've recently started trying to broaden my horizons a little more on that. And like you could probably put like the Gauntlet series in the RPG section. I mean, it's more of like an arcadey kind of action RPG of sorts. Same thing with with like the Dark Souls series. I mean, that's definitely not arcadey, but it is definitely most certainly an action RPG of sorts. But I've never really been one to play Final Fantasy games. Like my brother bought Final Fantasy VII when it first came out, and so I played it a little bit, but that was definitely at a time where I wasn't really into that genre of game much, but I always enjoyed watching other people that were good at them play them. So as far as when it came to Final Fantasy games, I always would watch my brother's friend Eli play them, because that dude was like a savant of video games. Like, he was good at fucking everything. He was good at racing games. He was good at shooting games like GoldenEye. He was the only person that I knew for a long time that knew how to do the Golden Gun puzzle in the Egyptian temple level. And he was super good at like sports games. He was super good at all of the RPG games. So definitely, like, I'd come home from school because when I was still in elementary school and my brother and he and my brother were in middle school, they'd get out of school earlier than I would, and when I would come home, they would have already been there for a little bit, and a lot of the time they would be in the living room playing like Final Fantasy 2 or Final Fantasy 3 or 4 or really any of those. And I'd come home and I'd just watch him, and I'd just be glued to the screen for hours, just watching him just totally rip the living hell out of everything. He was so good at it. The dude would just never ever die ever. And so like that was kind of my window of like vicariously living through him and getting to experience JRPGs that way. And so lately, now that Pro Jared's been on a kick of playing Final Fantasy games, I've been watching him play through Final Fantasy 1, which it's really the very first time I've seen any extensive gameplay of that at all, because I've never played it myself. And so, while he's been doing that, I decided to pick up a Final Fantasy game of my own and play it in my own spare time, and just kind of give it a shot. I mean, I'm not good at them at all, but I thought, screw it. I want to take a crack at it and just like play it, not use any walkthroughs, just see how well I can do on my own. And so I picked up Final Fantasy 3, and I've been playing it, and I've actually been having a lot of fun with it. The game's kind of hard. It's hard, but it's actually really fun and engaging. I can't believe that I have really gone pretty much 30 years just about without really getting into that series. It's actually it's very very fun, and it is very relaxing. There's a very relaxing quality about those games, except for when you get into boss battles. Those parts are definitely they can be pretty tough. I fought against Ultros the other night, and God, the very first time I fought him, he wiped my whole party in like, I don't know, probably like a minute and a half. It wasn't very good. And I was playing a little bit last night while I was waiting for one of my videos to upload, and I ended up getting, there was like this area where the story splits, and you have to pick between 3 different segments that you want to get into. And so I took this one part where you take control of a thief, and he's got to go back to this town and rescue. He's got to like rescue somebody, and then you have to try to escape. And I got all the way to the part where you try to escape, and I ended up I ended up getting into like this involuntary boss battle that just kind of popped out of nowhere, and I forgot to save beforehand, and I totally spaced it because I'm playing it on my computer. Like, I can totally use save states, and I didn't even do that. and I definitely ended up losing, really bad. And the part that sucked is that I hadn't saved over like the entire hour's worth of time that I had played, and so all of my progress that I had just went totally right down the ultimate shitter, and it sucked. Like, that was the one thing that really, I was like, God damn it. This thing, like, this is the thing about RPGs that can get you, is that if you don't remember to save before something big happens and you die, God, you feel like part of your soul just gets lightly crumbled on top of a lasagna, and then they throw it in the oven and burn it. Like, that's how it feels. Oh man, but it's fun though, and just like I'm really glad that I'm finally getting to experience the second best selling RPG franchise of all time outside of Pokemon. That's like totally, completely obliterating it in terms of numbers. But I mean, Final Fantasy, I'm looking at the wiki here, there's fucking 90 games in that franchise. There's 90 of them. I had no idea. I had no clue that there were that many. I mean, I can't imagine that there's literally 90 games all in just the same timeline. I'm sure there's probably a billion spin-offs of things. But the fact that there's 90 games in that series is just absolutely mind-blowing, and so I was like, I gotta try it out. I mean, if they keep on making them, they've gotta be good. I mean, they have to be. And so, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna play it on the channel or not. We'll kind of see how that goes, but, I'm kind of getting into, like, RPG mode right now, and it's kind of cool. So, I don't know, I just thought I'd share that with you guys for some reason. I'm sure half of you guys were like, I don't fucking care about that, I just want to see you drive. I want to see you drive and talk about old people that have problems shitting, or they have a way too good time of shitting. Either one. I don't need to be hearing about your RPG quests from your childhood that are just now happening for the first time 30 years later or whatever. So, with that said, my friends, let's see if we got back to 85. Yeah! Alright, cool. We're good. So, we're going to stop right here, my friends. When we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Gran Turismo 3, the Ultimate Driving Simulator, we're back to 85%. We are at 30.9% of the way done with this game. And when we come back, we're gonna go jump back into the Amateur League. We're gonna finish up the Boxer Spirit Trophy. We're gonna get a trophy out of it. We're gonna get a car out of it, and then we're gonna jump right into something else. I think we're gonna leave those super license things alone for a little bit. I know that they're gonna be there. I just don't want to deal with them at all. So, with that said, my friends, this is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Take care.